Hello everyone and welcome to Rock Raiders! You've never seen this game before, or you're watching this because of pure nostalgia, because this game came out... Oh, you know what? I should start with facts about Rock Raiders, shouldn't I? This game came out in 1999, and then also was apparently released on the PlayStation in 2000, which I did not know. This is many people's probably first experience with an RTS game. Apparently on the PlayStation Magazine, it got 1 out of 5 stars, but on Computer Games, it got 4 out of 5. All games rated at 4 out of 5. Seems like they maybe just copied the other one. The Windows version is a real-time strategy game similar to Dungeon Keeper. It was the first video game for the Rock Raiders theme. The game opens with optional training missions and one actual mission unlocked. Most missions require the player to collect a certain amount of energy crystals. The required amount starts low but gradually gets higher in later missions. Some missions require the player to locate rock raiders that have been trapped in landslides or to find certain pieces of equipment and bring it back to their base. It is not necessary to complete every mission with 100% or even complete all the missions to complete the campaign. However, the player will unlock a better ending cutscene by completing the campaign in full. I did not know that. Okay, so we'll definitely do that. Apparently, there's a PlayStation version. Unlike the Windows version, the PlayStation version is an action and strategy game in which the player controls a character instead of commanding a squad. While the former was centered on constructing a base and mining, the latter centers on exploring. Most missions require the player to collect a certain amount of energy crystals, blah, blah, blah. Same thing. I've never seen the PlayStation version of this game in my life. I would actually be very curious to see what that is like. Because it's going to be nothing like you're going to be watching now. Such a nostalgic intro. The Rock Raiders loading bar. This is so nostalgic to me. I used to play this game so much. So today we're going to play all of it. I'm going to just binge play. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but we're just going to binge all of it. This is the menu select. So this is all of the missions in this game. As you can see, there's a lot of them. There's 25 in total that we are going to have to complete.
Relic.
Ooh, yes, the announcer.
Moving Rock Raider.
Do I really have to play the tutorial? I don't think I need to play the tutorial.
Moving Rock Raider.
But maybe I have to complete it. Alright, I'll do that real quick. Why don't LEGO games have that intro? Alright, let's see if this emulation's a little bit better. That seemed more effective. Whoa. I think the game just crashed. God damn it. What happens if I just launch the advanced version? It just starts. I love the little Avengers symbol at the bottom there. That's how you can tell it was before its time. Hi! Bye! Alright. Okay, now that seems smooth. This isn't right. Something about this just doesn't feel right. I mean, I'm not sure about you guys, but it seems like they're multiplying as well. Oh no, there's more of them. They're getting stronger. Oh no. It's probably because I'm moving my mouse around. Okay. Yes, quit. It's fine. It's okay. I signed up for this. You there. Yeah, this is impossible. Okay, so obviously something's not right. I gotta look into this. Okay. Hopefully that should fix this. We fixed it! I did it, Mom! I've set it up so the recording screen is in the correct resolution, but I could only get it working if it is in 1080p, but it looks stretched out. So I've turned it to normal for you guys, so it looks normal. But mine's a little bit different, just so you know. Alright, let's see if it works.
Hello, Rock Raider.
Oh, yes!
Welcome to the Rock Raider Academy.
Look at him!
First day of training, we will start with the basics. This Rock Raider will walk across rubble. This Rock Raider will walk across the cavern floor. This Rock Raider will walk across a power pond.
This
Let's
Rock
see
Raider.
who can move the fastest. Click on the flashing arrow to start the Rock Raider. As you can see, this Rock
Oh, look at him go! Whee! Yeah, he's much faster. I think I actually want to remove the music. Ah, there we go. I don't remember this game playing it with music. It was much more like this.
Oh dear, this Rock Raider is having lots of trouble climbing over all that rubble.
Oh, oh, my toes. It's like stepping on Legos. It's funny, see, because he's made of Legos. Oh god, this is my fucking life. I didn't sign up for this. 16 years in the academy for what?
Congratulations! You have finished the first training mission on moving.
Wow. I'm so happy.
Congratulations,
That was it?
cadet.
That was the mission. We completed mission 1.
Rock types and drilling.
Alright, I'll just rush through all these tutorials so I know what I'm doing. Man, this voice actor is 10 out of 10
Drill them
though.
in turn.
I do love how he sounds.
Good work! You have uncovered another cavern. This one contains an ore sieve.
Do you think they're just a bunch of clones? Like, all of my Rock Raiders are little clones because they look exactly the same? I mean, I know in reality it's just because it's easier, you know, to keep track of who's who.
When you construct a building, your Rock Raider will collect barriers and ore from the tool store and place them on the building site.
Yeah, I loved this part about building things in this game was that it seemed kind of more realistic. Like, building a building, your people had to place down construction barriers first, and then they just placed the ore in the middle. But, I mean, placing down the construction barriers, I think, is a really nice touch. I don't think many other games do this sort of lights flashing, obvious construction barrier.
One of your Rock Raiders will go and drill the wall.
Good for him. Did that man just run into the lava? He's... okay. The man almost killed himself just walking over some lava.
The transporter aboard the LMS Explorer has been slightly damaged due to low power and is not working properly. A team of Rock Raiders has been teleported into the wrong cavern and they need to find their way back to the tool store. Drill through the cavern walls and once you've found it, start our mining operation by collecting 5 energy crystals.
Alright, so a simple mission to start us off, huh? This game is the best Lego game known to man. I'm not tooting my own horn too much or anything. It's true. I mean, look at this. They slip on the little spiders there on the ground. They get near them and they just fall on the ground. It's hilarious. The sound effects are perfect. They did an amazing time with the sound engineering on this game. This game came out in 1999, so you got to give it a little bit of the benefit of the doubt, you know what I mean? But, yeah, so we can mine all of this wall. Can we drill this wall?
Loose rock?
Oh, yes.
That. Solid rock.
When you hover over something, it just... I love that. Loose rock. That. Solid rock.
Solid rock.
Alright, we're just going to drill this direction because it's all we can actually do, right? Yeah, it's all we can do. Everywhere else is lava. So, obviously, our only objective is to mine through this wall.
That.
We have to find 5 energy crystals and the tool station.
Well done. You found the tool store.
Yeah, we
Now
did.
collect 5 energy crystals.
Alright, 5 energy crystals? That seems pretty easy.
LMS Explorer.
Can I just, like, drill everything? Is that, like, how this game works? How this game also works is it's kind of semi-realistic, so since all of this dirt here, for instance, is, like, obviously at a
An
slant
energy
in this
crystal
corner,
has been found.
if you destroy this wall, this dirt will disappear. So you don't have to mine the corner blocks. You could just mine the main caverns.
An energy crystal has been found.
There we go. I think I found 5 energy crystals, almost. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's 5. Yeah, I don't need to drill anymore.
Crystal has been found.
All right, just pick up the energy crystals. I don't need you guys to do anything else. Pick them up, baby. So how this game works is that it's a lot.
2 energy crystals now.
Yeah, I get it. It's like a lot of RTSs where we have resources. The 2 resources we have are on the bottom right here. We have ore and we have energy crystals. Energy crystals are normally the main objective. So whatever, to finish the mission, it normally means that we have to get a certain amount of energy crystals. Our job is to get energy crystals.
To go now.
Sometimes the objective will be a little bit different, but energy crystals are what powers our base, as well as monsters in the game eat energy crystals. And after we finish the game, everyone just gets teleported out like that. Just
well done.
Zapped out.
All
Ooh, how did we do? We got 100%. We did it. 90%. How could we have done any better? You little, what is it, time?
Rubble trouble. The path to power. Rubble trouble. Rubble trouble.
I don't know why, but I love hearing him say rubble trouble, so we're going to play rubble trouble.
A new cavern has been found, but the area is very unstable. The cavern floor is covered with fallen rocks and boulders. We must establish Rock Raider HQ and begin our mining operation. But first, we must reinforce the walls and clear the debris from the floor. Once the cavern is secure, continue our mining operation by collecting 5 energy crystals. You must collect 5 energy crystals.
Now remember, this is technically a kid's game, so give it a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. So it's going to be pretty easy at first when we're doing this, because it wants to give us a chance. So we have to reinforce the walls in which it is having a rock slide. Is all that it wants us to do in this mission. It seems like a kind of weird mission, but whatever, I guess I'll just reinforce every wall. And this is dirt. This is all dirt. Okay, we've done it. Y'all good? Ah, yeah. Good job, mate. Well, I can now make the tool store, but we already have the tool store.
Cannot upgrade building.
Oh, that voice.
Cannot upgrade building.
So, what is that voice? They really chose that. So, do we have oxygen? Is oxygen something that I need to keep track of? I mean, I feel like it is. Oh, that's kind of cool. What is this? Oh, it's a map view.
Track object view.
Track object view.
A landslide has occurred. Radar on, radar off.
Interesting. A landslide has occurred.
Action station.
Okay. So after the landslides are gone, we can then start digging up the debris. Good job, dude.
Hard rock. Hard rock.
The voice acting. Oh my god.
Hard rock.
I just can't get. I can't stop myself. It's just so funny. This is such a classic game. I'm sad that they didn't remake a game like this in the future. This game's from 1999, so this is what, 24 years old? Holy fuck, this game is older than I am. Wait, no. This game is as old as I am. That's insane. This game is as old as I am. The people who made this before I was born. That's crazy. I mean, I was born in 98, but the end of 98. Technically, I'm a little bit older than this game, but it's... Sheesh. I mean, come on. That's just insane. Wait, am I literally... So I think that destroys... Yeah, that destroys my reinforcement.
Loose rock.
But loose... Wait, loose rock I can mine. I didn't realize that. Is this...
Reinforced wall.
They won't tell me what this is.
Hard rock.
I think this is all hard rock. You can tell by the look of it.
Hard rock.
Okay. This is solid rock.
Solid rock.
Okay. So hard rock I only can destroy with dynamite. But we don't have dynamite yet. So we're going to just have to keep mining through this wall. We have to find 5 energy crystals. That's all this mission is. Super easy peasy. Ah, man. So I decided to play this game, since I'm filling in dead air here. I decided to play this game instead of my other series because I came back from my camping trip. And it was really good. I learned a lot about rustic camping. First of all, I learned a lot of things like what... Ooh. Okay. I learned some things like what not to bring, what to bring. I brought actually way more water than I needed, which is always a positive, I guess. I ended up being in a place that was so old. Like, I swear nobody's camped where I camped in probably 50 plus years. Because when I showed up, the road wasn't... It was hardly a road.
Done. You found an energy crystal. There are 4 more around. You must find them too.
It was more of like an ATV track. And so I drove it with my Hyundai Ioniq, which is a hybrid car. It's pretty low to the ground because of that. And I scratched it up pretty bad going through the forest because it was extremely dense. It was just extremely dense tree lines. But when we eventually found an opening where you could kind of turn around, I was also like, okay, maybe we should just camp up here. It wasn't exactly where I wanted to camp, but let's just camp here because it's pretty far into the forest. And obviously no one's camped here in a while. So I stopped there and we start putting up our camp. And I realized that there's a bunch of charcoal like in a pile. Not too far away from where I... Like right underneath where I parked my car. And... So, but it's like covered in moss. The charcoal's covered in moss, so you know it's been there for quite a while. And there was steel cans next to the charcoal. So someone obviously like cooked some stuff in these steel cans or something, or just left them there. You know, people 50 years ago just, I guess, throwing a bunch of crap into a forest wasn't that big of a deal. And I thought that was kind of odd, but mostly because the pieces of charcoal were huge. They were like entire logs of wood, you know? Huge logs of wood that were just charcoaled. So I used those during camping, by the way. I found out that old charcoal is an amazing way of keeping a fire lasting all day, because I put one of those charcoal logs on there, and it lasted the entire day. I literally started my fire, made breakfast, put that charcoal on top, and it lasted until the nighttime. And it would completely disintegrate into nothing. It was super cool. But after that, I noticed that there was also a rock somewhat near that charcoal, because it was under this huge tree. And after further investigation, I found out that that rock had a name etched into it. So I'm fairly certain it's also a burial ground, or at least some sort of, I don't know, sign, because I couldn't make it out anymore. It was so old that the words disappeared. And it was just a normal rock, like someone just etched into a rock. So it was very interesting. And I also found it interesting
2 energy crystals.
That the majority of the trees in northern Michigan are dead. Like, the pine trees were diseased and dead. They didn't have any leaves or anything. Maybe I can throw up a picture here. I just found that really fascinating, and I'm like, huh. I wonder if this is like... This should be like controlled burns. Like, the government should come in and burn all these trees down to allow new ones to grow, because they're obviously covered in a disease. They have this bulbous black cancer that I remember from growing up on my grandparents' orchard. So I know that it's a disease, and I know that it needs to be removed, and the only way to remove it when it's this bad, because it was the entire forest, is you have to burn down the whole forest, because otherwise you have to go in there manually and remove every single limb that's, like, got the cancer. And a lot of the trees even had it so bad that the trunk...
One more energy crystal.
The trunk of the tree started getting the cancer, and it would just... the whole tree would collapse and fall. And so you have these forests of dead trees. I don't know, I found it fascinating, and... You know... but it also, I think, really humbled me. It made me...
Good, and all 5 energy crystals were collected. Good work!
It made me really appreciate the life I have, and to not take things for as much granted. So... maybe that's also why I don't feel like playing my other games, is because I'm like, man, life is like nothing. Like, you go out in the forest and you hear nothing, and you're just out there for hours listening to nature. It really humbles you, you know what I mean?
Explosive action!